I thought I forgot my coffee. I was about to be mad if I forgot my coffee. What's up, y'all? It's me, Erica, honey. We are down here, girl. So we are down here, girl. It's Monday. Happy Monday. Hope everybody had a good holiday, good day with friends, whatever you want to call it, good day off, whatever it is, honey. I hope you had a good one. Restful, peaceful, limited or no conflict. I love that. So we're down here to talk about some things. We have to talk about Beverly Hills. We have to talk about Miami. So I have notes for both of those, and we're going to talk about those. And then I also want to talk about King Harris, who I did not know that his birthday is the day after mine, child. Come on, August 25th. I did not know that child was a Virgo. Anywho, whatever he is, child. Where am I going to park? I do not want to park next to this truck. I'm about to park next to the man with the airplane. He about to leave anyways. He is about to leave. Good. He's about to leave anyways. So we're down here, girl. So King was down there. We're going to talk about King since that's what I started talking about. King was down to the internet the other day. And didn't I just mention him? It seems like every time I mention him in a video, he's trending in the next few days. That's happened twice already. I mentioned him in a video the other day when I said something about two-parent homes. And here he is on the internet arguing with his mom and dad at a football game in public, and talking about how he was raised and why he was raised why he lived with his grandmother. And then you hear like they kind of get into like a little scuffle, and I guess T.I. had to yoke him up. I guess T.I. didn't like what he was saying. He basically was saying that they lying about how he was raised. He already said on that interview that he lived with his grandmother, but he would come to the house to film Family Hustle, and that it was fake and phony. So for me, like I said, I might be on his side because, first of all, I don't do the let me try to pull rank because I'm the parent in front of an adult child. I think King is, how old is King? His brain ain't finished developing either. Hey, who, baby? How old is King? He's 19. So he's talking about how he was raised, and they saying no. And then what I did not like is the part where they started talking about, Tiny said, you know why he wanted to go live with his grandmother? You want to know why he wanted to live with his grandmother? Because he likes to suck on a pacifier, and we wasn't allowing him to suck on a pacifier. That might be the reason why the bridge of his teeth are shaped like that, because he's sucking on a thumb or a pacifier or something. But I don't like the try to embarrass the kid in front of the other adults. And you know the way that people act like kids are so sacred. Don't talk about my kids. Kids are off limits and all this is other stuff. But when a kid is speaking up for themselves, it's like, oh, you being disrespectful and all this other stuff. I don't like I'm going to make fun of you in front of other people. I'm going to try to embarrass you in front of other people. Now, Tiny and T.I. might feel like he was trying to embarrass them. But like I always said, the kids will speak. I'm gonna talk about my experience with you as my parent. And if you don't like it, you should have been a different parent. But you know how they get, right? You start telling them or are explaining to them that this is how you were raised. Y'all have experienced it. So y'all have experienced when you're telling your parent how you experienced them. We're watching it on Salt Lake City. You tell your parent how you experienced them and they deny it. They act like your story is not real. And it's effed up. It's an effed up feeling. And then for them to try to pull rank, you heard Tip was like, you can't take me. You can't do something to me, boy, something. Yeah, you got mad because he was airing y'all asses out. And y'all got upset and decided to pull rank as his parents and then talk shit about him in front of everybody. King is the way he is because of his upbringing. Shout out to Rodney the Voice. He says he has said it multiple times that these boys, they're not raised, they just grew up. They just became adults, but they weren't raised. King comes from a two-parent home. Okay, let's say he lived with his grandmother. So you were being raised by multiple people. Maybe he was over his grandmother's house because she didn't have no rules. She might have didn't have no rules. And he can be raised by the den of wolves that are waiting for neglected little boys to come look for them. I don't know if T.I. didn't think that him looking over or passing over or excusing King's behavior towards other human beings. Oh yeah, I told him he not to argue with no short order cook. You didn't think that the lack of respect that he has for other human beings was gonna like be directed at you as soon as he grew up? Kids just be waiting, y'all. We be waiting to get to the time where we can let you know how you feel, and we don't have to fear being abused. We don't have to fear retaliation, even though they will try to retaliate. When you start telling your parents, this was my experience of you, and they start saying, no, it wasn't. That wasn't this. I did the best I could, and I don't know all the other bullshit. I don't want to hear it. King is the way he is because of his upbringing. And his upbringing was the lack of Tip and Tiny ain't shit. We've been trying to tell y'all that. Them two niggas ain't shit. And to have two ain't shit parents, and then you want to use me and have me come over here and you name me King, so I'm going to embody my name. I'm going to be the entitled rich kid. You know who I am? Remember when he threatened to hit somebody with a firearm down to the Waffle House? Said he was going to pistol whip somebody? Out of control. Out of control. Did you not think that what you created was not going to be directed at you at some point? You raise a menace. You don't think the menace is going to turn on you at some point? But did he turn on them, or was he just like, man, fuck y'all, because y'all didn't raise me. Y'all didn't raise me. Y'all didn't raise me. My grandmother raised me. You know why he wanted to be at his grandmama's house? You know why he wanted to be at his grandmama's house? I'm going to tell you why. Because he wanted to be stuck on a pacifier. And then you hear all the people around, and you know how black males perform masculinity. Don't let people start laughing. Let people start laughing. Now you got to go head to head with your dad, because your dad is part of the cackling hens laughing at you because your mama is telling everybody on live that you live with your grandmother because you wanted to suck a pacifier. I said I don't go up for parents trying to embarrass, but like I said, they might have felt embarrassed too because you really telling the truth about how you were raised. And Tiny said you had a silver spoon. You had a silver spoon. He said I didn't have no silver spoon. Listen to him. Yes, my child got me sick, child. I was wearing his ass out too, telling him to be careful when you feel like you sick or whatever. You need to like make sure like clean up after yourself, sanitize, and all the other foolishness. Come on, let's go. I came back to let you know. Yes. Got a thing for you, and I can't let it go. Yeah. What you won't do, yes. Come on. Do for love. You tried everything, and you won't give up. My friends wonder what is wrong with me. Yes. And I'm in the days from your love, you see. Yes. Da-na-na-na. Okay, here's it says King got into an argument with his parents, Tiny and T.I. at the Falcons game. Here we go. No, we need to hear the whole thing because it's so what they posted originally. It wasn't the whole thing. It just looked like they was getting into it. But when you hear the conversation before, and this to me sounds like a typical Thanksgiving Day argument, right? This is what Thanksgiving weekend, Thanksgiving Day argument when the adult child comes home and visits, and they start letting it out. This is how I feel about y'all. The Thanksgiving, the last Thanksgiving I was with my dad's side of the family was the Thanksgiving my brother assaulted me. When I told them they asses was fake. And they didn't like that. And my brother tried to make it seem like I was saying that my grandmother was fake, when I was saying this whole shit is fake. And I'm telling you, now you want to get mad, now you want to get physical. Because you know I'm telling the truth. So they try to silence you by becoming violent. And that's why the father created the conflict. That's why he's creating conflict, because now you mad because this boy is airing y'all out. Here we are.
Have you ever woke up with a roach on your face? Here. No, that's not the goal. In the neighborhood, give me that roach on your face. Y'all want to go to the bando in my neighborhood? Do y'all want to go to the bando? Do y'all want to go to the bando? To make him look better, he's saying he know not true.
He's saying shit he knows is not true.
I ain't never ate with that day a day in my life. You did have used to have to come to my grandma's house because I'm getting in the fight. Like a baby to go to your grandma's house. Every day. You can hold your every day. I don't want to be in these gates. I want to be outside in the neighborhood. That's why I want to be over there. They don't understand that. No, I'm going to tell you the reason why you want to be over there. Y'all ready? Because he can look and pacify over there. Till 12 years old.
Everybody laughing now.
Have you ever woke up? 12 years old, you could do that in the house. Crying like a baby. They try to say I was over there trying to second pass it, but they ain't gonna tell you everything. They're trying to hide it. He capping.
Sugar-coated. Capping. You lying.
I stand on business. He know that. Ain't no nigga ever pulled my car ever in life. I stand on business. You drop me somewhere, I stand on business. You drop me in your hood, I stand on business. Yeah. I've been stood on business. I've been stood on business. You want to hide it for the world, I'm going to put it out there for them to see. I want to put up nowhere. You ain't had me put up nowhere. Like, you ain't had me behind the mansion. I was outside doing what I wanted to do. You was behind the mansion, you cried. No. I got too much to drink. I drunk too much. Drunk too much. Let's go.
So you heard some of it. You trying to sugarcoat it. You capping, you lying. You hear the mama say you was crying to be over at your grandmother's house. Tip saying he's crying to be over the grandmother's house. He want to be at his he don't want to be behind the gates. Now, we hold King accountable and say that he needs to be held responsible for his other actions on how he deals with other human beings in the world. But then we see this is who is raising him or not, right? He grew up and now he can talk. Y'all here lying, trying to sugarcoat some stuff. I wanted to be at my grandmother's house. I didn't want to be over here with y'all. They let him go to grandma. I'm trying to tell you, grandma probably didn't have a lot of the rules. And I don't see that Tip had any rules for his sons either. Because he was letting one son fuck at 15. What was it? Was it King? I think it was King. You was letting King fuck at 15. But meanwhile, you putting post-its on the door telling we going to the gynecologist with Deja. Deja slowly but surely, she leaks stuff out about her experience with her parents. Remember when Lauryn Hill's daughter came down to the internet talking about how her mother disciplines her in anger, telling the truth about their experience. Like I said in the comments, I can't get jiggy with parents trying to embarrass their children for their lack of parenting and then get mad at them for their lack of parenting and then try to pull rank like I'm your daddy. You're going to respect me. You're not going to say the truth about how you experience me, or else I'm going to tear your ass up. Listen.
You can't. You can't. I know. I know. I know you. I know you. I know you.
Tiny's telling him to shut up. He's telling Tip, I know you. I know you. Nigga, I know you. And that's the crazy part is like you as parents, you don't think that this child watched you this entire time you've raised them or not? You don't think your child's watching you? Nigga, I know you. I've seen you go through whatever it is you be going through. Whether you tell me about it or not, I see you and I know you. I see you. And this is how I experience you. I don't want to be around y'all. Here we go. Let's find it. Listen.
Shit you can do with me.
You can't do nothing with me. So now Tip is mad because I'm telling the truth about how I experienced you, and I'm telling everybody and I'm saying it. You talking your shit too. So now you mad. You can't get with me. Did you see him? He yoked him up. He pulled rank and then violated his person. Get your fucking hands off of me. You think because you're his parent, you could put your hands on him. That's not cool. And that's part of the reason why he is the way he is. You didn't think that you not holding him responsible for the way he interacts with other humans was ever going to turn on you? When he starts telling the truth about his experience with y'all? Listen to Tip.
Well, you can't do that with me. Shit you can do with me.
Then he put, I stand on business. Don't give a F who you are. I don't give a F who you are. MF can't play with me in my face. Not going for that. I'm a grown ass man now. I'm a grown ass man. Whenever you hear adults telling the elders in their community, in their homes, I'm grown, it's because you are treating this person like a child. You keep treating this person like a child. And when this person has the agency to speak without depending on you for their survival, because they can't speak when they depend on you. But when they no longer depend on you for their survival, they're going to talk. And you might not like what you hear, but you can't deny the child's experience. How many people have told their parents, this is the way I experienced you, and you were dismissed. You were told that didn't happen. You were told that your memory doesn't serve you. That's not what you experienced. How many people have been gaslighted by their parents or caregivers when you tell them and they say, no, that was not your experience? How are you going to tell me that wasn't your experience? That's not what happened. You're not remembering correctly. Girl, it's happened to me several times. You get to the point where you don't even want to say anything anymore because you're going to say, you don't remember. That didn't happen. That's not how I remembered it. Girl, it's always an excuse. And then you want to pull rank and put your hands on him now because he's spilling all the tea. You didn't think that behavior that he exhibits with other people in the world was ever going to be directed towards you, especially as his caregiver? Oh yeah, I got a bone to pick with your ass too. That's basically what it comes out to. I got a bone to pick with you, bruh. You didn't raise me. What are you talking about? My grandmother raised me. Yes, we did. We raised you. You was born with a silver spoon in your mouth. I may have been born with a silver spoon in my mouth, and that might be the reason why I act like an entitled asshole to everybody else. I'm king, I'm king, I'm king. Here you are. Here's the product. Here is the baby you created with his pacifier and everything. Let me read some of your comments, and then we're going to go make our other videos. All right. I said I might be on King Harris's side with this one, and I showed y'all the link. Here's some comments. Michelle says, I feel you. He might be an adult, and he really isn't an adult. He's just legally considered an adult by the state. He's only 19 years old. But his personality is in there. It's set already. Only something, I think the only thing that's going to get King to take a different path is something tragic happening. Yeah. He's been constantly, it just seems like a path that he's on. It's just trouble, 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 conflict, conflict, conflict. Every time we see you, it's not like Will Smith's son that we see down on the downtown in whatever city he's in, giving away free vegan food to homeless people. A totally different kid. I think they're about the same age. He might be a little older. I want to say Jaden is maybe 22 or something like that. I don't know. Both, the way that y'all criticize Will and Jada for how they raise their kids, and we see how Jaden and Willow have turned out, although they have their things and their critiques of the way that they were parented too. We've heard Jaden, we've heard Willow talk about things that they didn't really weren't comfortable with as they were raised. We've heard Willow express things to Jada on Red Table Talk. They're not without their grievances about things how they were raised, but you don't see them acting like King. King acts like a stone cold menace. Like, I don't give a fuck about anybody. He said he don't give a fuck who you are. I'm the same way, honey. That's why when somebody said his birthday is the day he's a Virgo, y'all some firecrackers. No, but don't try to embarrass me in front of people. And you know that you know how I was raised. You know how I was raised. You know what you did and didn't do. He might be an adult, but developmentally, he's a little boy in need of his parents' sincere love and validation and guidance. Seems like they've used this child as a prop in their fake storyline. He sees it for what it is and is in constant attention seeking rebellion. He's definitely hurting. The pain has stopped his progress. Maybe they're only parents in front of the camera. His behaviors now and even on the show were signs that he was a high needs child that needed specialized attention to develop a secure and healthy attachment with them. He seems to be on the neurodivergent side, which is a lot of work for a parent to deal with. They are not average children who follow instructions and rules easily. It's an executive functioning issue. I could be wrong though. Overall, it's a shame that we expect people to be healthy, functioning adults just because they're over 18 years old, especially coming from an affluent family. This is an example that this is not the case. And it's also a reflection of his specific needs not being attended to in his early stages of development. He was set up for failure. Plus, he can't respect them based off what he knows they do behind closed doors, all while he was at grandma's house. Young man needs some help and to disassociate from his parents for now. They still have nothing to give him. That was a really good comment. Shout out to Michelle for that comment. Um, Did y'all see that says you always say when the kids are old enough to speak freely, they're going to tell it all. King is telling. Preston says, I wouldn't say on his side per se, but Tweedledee and Tweedledum created this monster. It was perfectly fine when he was disrespecting employees at Waffle House because they were broke. Remember T.I. came out defending that degeneracy and even piling on? That child is resentful that they have prioritized their image, freaky sex lives, careers, and whatever else over properly raising children. The father is in a home and the boy seems worse off than when grandma, a single woman, was raising him. I don't feel a lick of sympathy for T.I. and Tiny. I'm sure Deja wants to act the same, but has a mother who taught her better. Good comment, Preston. Um Shantacy says, I'm with King in this one only. Like me. Next thing we probably gonna be coming down here dragging King in a couple weeks for something he done did in public somewhere. If you watch the full exchange, there was a clear disregard of him in front of others. They played him out in front of company, which was weird, then harassed him until he blew up. If you have a child that you know is a certain way, why do you do that? He's not gonna play nice in public. You already know this. Now, having said that, as he stated, he's grown. As an adult, you have every right to choose not to rock with someone and control your emotions and leave, or just not be around them at all. But having experienced that before, he's really a hurt child looking for love from his parents. We're not going to coddle King now. We're not going to do that coddling shit. But I understand what he's coming from as an adult child having to have those same type of exchanges with your parents. I understand where he's coming from. When your kids get old enough, they're going to share with you how they experienced you, and some of you might not like it. Some of you might not like it. You might have thought you did really well because your kid is, a college graduate, has a good paying job, but they might have some critiques about how they were raised. And you may not know it, but they may have had to unlearn some things that you taught them that were damaging to them. How you related to them in the household, how you resolved conflict, all of that stuff. I said, I don't think he's original Scorpio Bell says, I don't think he's lying either. I'm not favoring one side over the other. All parties involved played a part in this. They all need to seek therapy. Broken people creating fractured children, all trying to uphold an image that's false. Somebody says, I'm not surprised. You're both firecrackers. August 25th of Virgo. I should have known, and don't ask me why. I'm having a sneezing fit. On neither side, he's a wealthy, spoiled child. Now, see, to me, I feel like wealthy, him being wealthy, there are kids who are wealthy and don't act like this, right? He's one of those entitled. He has a sense of entitlement. Also, his name, he carries the energy of his name. Like, his name is King. What did you think? What kind of personality do you think when you name your children, y'all? Like, put some thought into naming your children, because that energy and the vibration that comes with their name, they're going to embody. They're more than likely going to embody that. They're more than likely going to embody that. I'm trying to tell y'all. At the end of the day, a name carries vibration. Of course, he's going to be entitled. You heard when he said when he was in Waffle House, he was like, what did he say? I'm king. You know me. You know my name. You know my name. You know my name. Just ignorant. But on this one, I see where he's coming from. You're not going to try to play me in front of people by saying you raised me with a silver spoon. No, you didn't. You didn't do that. So we're not going to play this game in front of these people. We in company. So if you keep on, I'm going to keep on. Cuz I'm not going to stop. And you're not going to like what I'm going to say, and then you're going to get mad and want to get physical with me. TI, and that's what happened. Sound like a Thanksgiving, when the families get together for Thanksgiving and the adult child starts saying something. That's what happens. Anyways, y'all, I got other stuff to talk about. I think we spent enough time on King. Let me know what you think in the comments. Have you had the experience with your parents where you tried to tell them what was going on? Or do you respect your parents so much that you have never had any grievances about how you were raised, or never shared any grievances about how you were raised? Some people see respect as I'm not going to stick up for myself when it comes to my parents because I respect them. That's a whole nother conversation. Anyways, take care of each other, protect your energy. Let's get down in the comments. Peace.